Coronation Street's Gareth Pierce admits it's just awful, while opening up about Todd Grimshaw's disturbing storyline. Coronation Street actor Gareth Pierce has confessed that the current domestic abuse plot involving his character Todd Grimshaw feels just awful as it grows increasingly dark. Fans of the long-running ITV soap have been urging Todd to distance himself from Theo Silverton, whose troubling behavior is becoming more apparent with each episode. Yet those closest to Todd, including Todd himself, remain blind to the reality of what's happening behind closed doors with Theo, who first entered his life earlier this year after a chance encounter on the cobbles. Their relationship quickly hit rocky ground, not least because of the hostility from Theo's family and the reappearance of Noah Headley, a church clerk known for practicing conversion therapy on Theo. Although Noah's sudden death brought that chapter to an end, Todd now finds himself sinking further into a coercively controlling relationship. Viewers recently learned that Theo has behaved this way in past relationships, after one of his ex-partners unexpectedly crossed paths with him during a day out in Manchester's gay village. Fresh spoilers suggest Todd's growing unease will take center stage in upcoming episodes as Theo's actions become increasingly erratic. Theo is seen stressing over an email from his ex-wife Danielle's solicitor, who is demanding financial support while his business falters after losing Pete's contract. When Maria Windass later reveals that Theo lost his temper and threatened Pete, leaving the business hanging by a thread, Todd is stunned. As Gary Windass tries to calm Pete and convince him not to walk away, Todd realizes in shock that Pete is the same man he saw inside his flat earlier. Things escalate when, later at the yard, Gary bluntly tells Theo that his one-night stand has cost him his job, prompting an angry outburst. Later, Todd offers Sarah Platt and her son Harry a lift, but when Harry accidentally spills a milkshake on the back seat, Todd panics, terrified of how Theo might react. Sarah repeatedly apologizes, but to Todd's surprise, Theo appears calm, at least in public. Once home, however, Theo lashes out, berating Todd for disrespecting his new car. Todd quickly apologizes and promises to have it professionally cleaned. Describing Todd's emotional state, Gareth explained, "It's just awful. Viewers will probably see how Todd's body language changes. He's relaxed with friends like Sarah, George, and Billy, but the second Theo walks in, he becomes tense, trying to please and predict what's coming next. It's that horrible stomach-churning dread, like when you've done something wrong at school." Gareth continued, "Todd was only helping out a friend, having a laugh, and then suddenly he's spiraling, thinking, 'What will Theo say?' He's walking on eggshells and trying to fix everything before Theo even finds out, which only leads to more lies and unhealthy coping because the relationship has warped what Todd sees as normal." After finally cleaning the car, Todd feels momentary relief, until he accidentally reverses into something, scratching the paintwork. He freezes in horror, dreading what Theo will do when he notices. Speaking about the fallout, Gareth added, "It's another explosion waiting to happen. That flat, which should feel safe, has become this constant pressure cooker. Todd can't relax for a moment. He's living in fear, anxious all the time. Even when he thinks things are fine, the tension snaps again, and Theo's rage comes out full force, directed right at Todd." When asked if Todd is truly afraid of Theo, Gareth admitted, "Absolutely. That kebab shop scene was genuinely frightening for him. Theo is physically intimidating, and Todd's scared of him, not just emotionally, but physically too." As for why Todd stays, Gareth explained, "There's still a twisted kind of love there. Todd believes he can predict Theo's moods or somehow fix him, but that's part of the tragedy. He's stuck in a cycle he doesn't yet see for what it really is." Coronation Street's Todd Grimshaw terrified as Theo's rage spirals out of control. Coronation Street viewers are set for tense episodes this week as Theo Silverton's manipulation of Todd Grimshaw takes a darker turn. Behind his charming exterior, Theo hides an explosive temper that Todd bears the brunt of in private. After accidentally damaging Theo's car, Todd desperately tries to calm him, terrified of how he'll react. Theo channels all his frustration toward Todd, shared actor Gareth Pierce. There's a moment when Todd thinks things are fine again, but what follows completely blindsides him. Theo's temper first erupts at the builder's yard when he runs into Pete, an old fling. After Pete mocks him, Theo lashes out violently, leading to major consequences. Gary Windus fires him from the yard, sending Theo's anger into overdrive. Later, Sarah Barlow's son Harry spills a milkshake in Theo's car, leaving Todd petrified. He's constantly on edge, trying to predict Theo's mood, Gareth explained. Although Theo stays calm in front of others, his true nature resurfaces once they're alone. Todd gets a brief sense of relief when Theo seems nice, Gareth added, but behind closed doors it's a different story. Theo's physically intimidating, and Todd knows it. He's scared but still believes he can control the situation. When Todd later scrapes the car, his fear intensifies, dreading another explosion. Theo's mastered manipulation, Gareth said. He makes Todd doubt himself. The home that should feel safe now feels like a cage. Producers have hinted that Theo's abuse will escalate in the coming weeks, leading to a hard-hitting standalone episode expected to air just before Christmas. Coronation Street promotes Christina Boyd to full-time cast member. Coronation Street has confirmed that outspoken schemer Christina Boyd is officially joining the soap as a full-time character. The upgrade marks a major milestone for actress Amy Robbins, whose role began as a short-term guest appearance and has now evolved into a long-term commitment on the ITV series. Robbins first appeared in Corey back in January 2023 as Daisy Midgley's bold, self-centered mother. Her chaotic arrival immediately shook things up in Weatherfield as she clashed with both Daisy and the locals through her sharp tongue and unpredictable antics. Daisy, played by Charlotte Jordan, bowed out of the show earlier this year after 4 years behind the Rover's return bar. Her exit closed a hugely popular chapter for Coronation Street, but for Christina, it marks the start of something new. According to The Sun, producers were so impressed with Robbins' energy and chemistry with the cast that they chose to make her a permanent fixture. With Daisy gone, Christina will now have the space to develop her own storylines and connections across Weatherfield's famous cobbles. Since returning, Christina has already been causing a stir, reigniting her long-running feud with Jenny Connor over their mutual interest in funeral director George Shuttleworth. Their lively spats have mixed humor with tension, proving that Christina remains a reliable source of drama. However, sources close to the show say viewers may soon see a different side to her. Christina's growing relationship with George is expected to uncover a softer, more vulnerable layer beneath her scheming personality, giving Amy Robbins a chance to explore the emotional depth of the role. Christina's promotion comes amid a wave of big cast changes on Coronation Street. Earlier this month, the soap said goodbye to Jenny Connor, following Sally Ann Matthews' decision to depart after 10 years back in the role. Her emotional exit has paved the way for the long-awaited return of Kath Tildesley as Eva Price, who will once again take over the Rover's return after 7 years away. Speaking recently on the Conversation Street podcast, Matthews shared a behind-the-scenes detail from her final episode. She revealed that the emotional Rovers scene, soundtracked by Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart, was originally meant to include a cameo from legendary landlady Bette Gilroy, played by Julie Goodyear. However, the scene was ultimately reworked to feature Barbara Knox as Rita Tanner instead. Matthews also confirmed that her departure was a mutual choice and heavily influenced by Charlotte Jordan's exit. "I'd been thinking about leaving for a while," she admitted. "When Charlotte decided to go, I had to really think, do I stay on, or is this the right time to step away?" As Christina Boyd settles into her full-time role, fans can expect more quick-witted one-liners, fiery clashes, and glimpses of unexpected heart. Whether she's stirring up trouble or showing her softer side, it's clear that Weatherfield's newest regular isn't done making noise just yet. Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.